Nintendo Switch!
How's it going, everybody? It's Young here, and welcome to a Nintendo Switch news update. The following information comes from Nicalis, the developer behind games like The Binding of Isaac. So Nicalis recently tweeted the following image, and it reveals a number of interesting things. For example, there's 3 games from Nicalis that they confirmed for the Switch through this image. Those games are 1001 Spikes, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and Cave Story. The Binding of Isaac in particular has been confirmed for launch day. Also interesting to note is this game right here to the very right of the screen that has been identified to be an indie game called Hydra Castle Labyrinth. Not too familiar with it myself, but it's got some decent reviews based on what I've glimpsed. The image also shows off new aspects of the Nintendo Switch's user interface. The most notable thing is the ability to change the color scheme and the background. Official images and footage have shown a white background with black text, but this screenshot shows off a black background with white text. So it looks like the Switch's main menu will be customizable, which isn't all that surprising, but it's good to know regardless. Towards the bottom, there are a number of prompts. The plus or minus buttons will bring up options for a highlighted game, and I'm assuming this will allow you to do things like delete the game from the device, check for updates, view the digital user manual, and more. Then we have the Y button, which allows you to change users. So this confirms that the Switch will allow you to link multiple accounts to one system, and then you can switch between them. Once again, not a surprising feature, but good to have confirmation regardless. Next up, we have the X button, which will allow you to quickly close a game that you're playing. The Switch will label the game that's currently open with playing alongside your profile image icon. Interesting to note is that the change user prompt can be found right below the game that is currently open. It seems a bit redundant, don't you think? So one interesting theory is that maybe the Switch will allow you to change users without closing a game out. Maybe you can just switch users on the fly without too much disruption. It would be a small thing, but certainly very convenient. Last but not least, on the bottom left, it's possible to make out what seems to be an icon indicating the current controller configuration. Right now, the Switch is in portable mode with the JoyCons attached, so the icon shows that appropriately. I'm assuming that there is a separate symbol for when the JoyCons are detached and used as a pair, or when the JoyCons are used as individual controllers for local multiplayer and whatnot. There also seems to be enough room here to fit multiple icons, so perhaps this section will also showcase additional controllers that are synced to it. So if there's 4 players with 4 controller configurations, maybe it'll show 4 icons with the appropriate controller symbol. One last thing to note about this image is the Joy-Con on the left here. Notice how dark it is compared to the usual official gray Joy-Cons. Could this be indicative of some kind of darker colored Joy-Con that will be releasing down the line? Now, one argument you could make is that it could just be the lighting of the room or the camera settings that threw this image off, but I beg to differ. Notice how if you go to the official Binding of Isaac website and check out this image, it also features dark-colored Joy-Cons. So this begs the question, is this a color of Joy-Cons that we will see sold down the line? Or are these part of an earlier prototype unit? Maybe it's part of a dev kit or something. Maybe earlier versions of the Joy-Cons were darker in color before they decided to go with a lighter colored gray. It is worth noting that Nicalis' tweet was deleted shortly after it was posted, probably at Nintendo's request. This likely has to do with the fact that alongside confirming unannounced games like Hydra Castle Labyrinth, the image also shows off unannounced UI elements and possibly another Joy-Con color. Or at least that's my train of thought. Well, the image is out now, and it's not like these things are a huge deal anyway, so I think Nintendo can live with it. But yeah, a bunch of interesting things just from this one image. Let us know in the comments below what you think about some of these UI elements. Let us know what you think about the darker shaded Joy-Con on the left. Could it be an earlier prototype version of the Joy-Cons, or a darker color that will be released down the line? Let us know in the comments below, and to be further updated on all things Nintendo Switch, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!